Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another match preview. This time, a midweek Premier League game because we are in December. We are in the biggest period of the season for the football players. We've got 8 and 9 fixtures this month. I can't remember for the life of me. It's somewhere between that two. And we travel down to the South Coast to face bottom of the table Southampton. It really should be straightforward, but it never really is like that. Although, hell, I tell a lie. After the games we've had over the last few weeks, if we can keep ourselves on the same trajectory, we won't be having that conversation for a while now. But it's good to be back. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like, subscribe, all of that crap. And yeah, it's good to be back after a comprehensive victory. Shout out to our co-host as well, Kev. It's great to have you back on the channel. Hope the last few days have been good.
Definitely, man. We just smacked Villa 3-0 at home. What else could we ask for, man? And in that game, I just felt like we're back now. After that game, yeah, after we've gone and done that to Villa, yeah, so easily. But we've not made hard work of it. Like the way we pressed them, the way we played, the ferocity, the way we just wanted to win. It's just phenomenal. And I think that this Chelsea it's back now. I can honestly say the Champions League spots has to lose. At least. Minimal. It's in our hands now, isn't it? If you put a performance in like that, it's in our hands.
I like that. So we're now at that point. We're saying we're back.
We're back, bro. That's the first time I've said that for the last 3 years.
Nice.
I think
I
we're
can
back,
tell how
bro.
much that means as well, man. You're grinning from
Yeah,
ear to ear, man.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
grinning.
it.
Yo, listen, Palmer smacked in that goal, top bins like that, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, you're bringing on Madueke off the bench here, gets an assistant. Imagine the confidence going for the team. But it's just looking good at the minute, man. It's looking
Yeah,
good, bro.
trust me. Like
Yeah, it's
I've said
looking.
this so many times over the last few weeks, but I'm so excited whenever Chelsea come back. Here again, it's just like, yo, bring me another match day and another match day and another match day. I don't care how many games there are in this month. Wheel them out. Last season, it was like, here we go again. Another game. Let's just hope we get through this one. Who knows? We might actually win this one. Now it's like, God forbid we do anything other than win. I will be shocked. But don't want to delve into all of that just now. We do have to shout out the sponsors. So big up to Omely, as always. With Omely, it's time to get in the game. Omely brings fans together like never before and lets them take center stage whether you want to host a live show, jump in as a guest, listen in, or simply connect with other passionate supporters. Omely is the place where true football conversations happen. Forget about just typing comments. With Omely, every fan has a voice in real time. This platform isn't just where you follow the game, you live it. And the more you engage, the more recognition you earn. So if you're ready to be a part of something bigger, download Omely today and let's bring football fans back home. Shout out to Omely, shout out to the sponsors, and like we just touched on earlier, shout out to the Chelsea because that was a massive top four battle. Even if the table doesn't really emphasize that, I think Aston Villa are now down to 12th. Villa and Chelsea look like the two biggest shouts for top four this season. And we bopped them off the park in what was the most comprehensive result and performance that we've had this season. Even in games like Wolves, games like Brighton, where we've had high scoring games, there's been negatives. There's been Wolves, for example, where we weren't good in the first half. And it was a little bit of a basketball game. Brighton, Sanchez, two stinkers for both goals. Newcastle, very shaky in the second half. What else? Bournemouth, very shaky in the first half. Leicester City, hell, just a pen that we didn't really need to give away. Even just minute details like that. Aston Villa, I look from player to player. I look from tactics. I look at the decision making. I look at the pressing. I look at the counter pressing. I look at the substitutions. I have zero problem with anything in that game. Everything from the first minute to the last was effective. Best performance of the season. Everybody stepped up and everybody showed out. And like all I wanted was the 3 points. I didn't think it was going to be an easy game, even with Villa's form. But the way we handled them was just different.
Tactically, the way we set up was brilliant. The way Caicedo was playing right back, but he was inverted, so he was making the three in the middle. So basically, we still had Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia playing in the midfield practically. So he set up as a four at the back, but really it wasn't. It was a three at the back and then three in midfield. And the way Caicedo stuck to the flank and opened up the play, it wasn't like he was playing that position because he's naturally out there playing on the right side. And on the defense, he was coming in and he was just getting involved, wasn't he? Like he was all over the place. He was playing balls in behind. He was linking up with Enzo, linking up the link up play between them three in that game. That's what I mean, man. That's what we need them three in the team, and we found a way to put them three in the team. Then we go through the tunnels. You've got Palmer, who had a brilliant game. You know, got an assist on the goal as well. It's just all through the team. The confidence. Jackson also, you know, can imagine the confidence he's going through. Corella got himself an assist. Brilliant work down that left hand side. This is what all through the team. There's, like you said, there's no negatives really. That's the
And
first
that's the
time we
best
could
part of the performance. Everybody, like player to player, even Robert Sanchez, like he was whipping long passes out into Nicholas Jackson. I was like, you're the one doing it. I haven't seen you whip a long pass like that since Wolves. Because, like, I don't know if you remember, like, the Cole Palmer chip and everything that came from the Robert Sanchez long pass. We haven't seen that in months. What the hell did Maresca say to these players in the pre-match? But, yo, it worked. And if we talk about Caicedo playing as the inverted right back, do we think that's something that we just need for particular opposition? Or do you think it's something that we should look to implement in most of the league games that we play? And obviously, like Southampton might be a different one because it's midweek and we're going to rotate and all that. But for games like Tottenham, Brentford the next week and everything, do you think it's something that we could stick with? Because it felt like it was a tactical adjustment specifically for Villa just to completely cancel out the midfield. But it showed more effectiveness too.
I don't think it was. I think Gusto's not fully fit to come back yet. That's what I believe.
I think Maresca said he was fit though. I have to double check again.
But I just feel like you don't. I think Gusto may start against Southampton. I think obviously rotation is a good idea for him to start Caicedo because obviously, like you said, it could have been tactical because on the transition, Villa couldn't get him behind us because it was just Caicedo and Lavia in the defensive areas in front of you, in front of the back three. So that was a tactical plan to obviously stop their counter attack. But I'd think you want to start with Caicedo going for the middle, wouldn't you? Naturally, you want Gusto on the right if you can. But it's down to the way you see Southampton are going to counter attack. I don't think you need to do it against Southampton because they're not going to counter you the way Villa do. So I feel like with Gusto, you need to have that natural right player getting down the right flank, crossing the balls in, causing mayhem down there. Caicedo didn't do that. Caicedo was sat in his block and he was on the defense. With Gusto, you're getting that more of attacking threat. And I feel like against a team like Southampton,
but you can get that from Neto too. Obviously, for Southampton, I don't think we're going to do that. I think we'll be a different team. But when you're looking at more the weekend games where we're less likely to rotate, and it's probably going to be your strongest 11, then I'm thinking maybe it could be something we see a little bit more because not only does it just get all three midfielders in the team, it also just allows Enzo to completely focus on the offensive side of his game. And even then, it means he's just an extra player when it comes to the defensive work. Because there was times where he was coming back, he was making some good interceptions. He actually did very well defensively in this game too. And it's not the first game that we've seen from him. But I just think it gives him a little bit less of that responsibility defensively. So when it comes to us having to go back and defend, he gives us a man advantage. Then when we go offensively, he again gives us the one man advantage in that too. And that's why I'm thinking like maybe you could see it a little bit more.
I just felt like we needed to see Caicedo right back, didn't we? For us to obviously make the judgment on him and the way he positionally set himself up for receiving the ball and angles and turning out and his discipline on the defense as well goes to show tactically he can do the job. It's not about all his running; it's how smart he is as a player as well. Because it's not easy for a centre midfielder to go play right back. You have to be aware. And there's only a couple of times where Villa got him behind. I think Watkins got him behind. A good save by Sanchez when he came out to smother the ball. So there's only a couple of times they got him behind. Fofana was rapid as well. Like you can see the connection through the team. Like Caicedo's over there with Fofana and the swapping Practically, at the moment, this is brilliant stuff from Chelsea because I think defensively we've got stuff covered. When you've got the attacking players that we've got, we've always got a chance of scoring a goal. So this season, compared to last season, defensively, this is the reason why we are where we are. We're not conceding as much goals. You know what I'm trying to say? The last season we were scoring as much goals, but defensively we was letting goals in on free kicks and set plays. This season you're not seeing it as much. So it's down to Maresca. He's literally got this team changed, right? The change around is unbelievable. It's massive. We've gone from like a bottom of the team manager straight up to the top. Because tactically, this manager's he's obviously on point with what he's doing.
Yeah, and with the game against Southampton coming up as well, we've already hinted at it. We're probably going to see a lot of rotation for this game. Southampton, like we said, bottom of the table. They have the fewest Premier League goals. They have the most errors leading to shots, most errors leading to goals, lost possession in the defensive third more than any side, and are sitting with 10 defeats in 13 so far. Meanwhile, Chelsea have won all 4 of their away games against sides in the bottom half so far this season. This seems pretty straightforward, but I don't think it's going to be just like that. And even Maresca hinted at it. He said in the press conference that this is arguably going to be our toughest game this season.
Listen, every game in the Premier League is a tough game. They've just come off a good result against Brighton. They got a draw. Pretty local rivals got a draw there on the weekend. So you can never ever, just because the team's bottom of the league, Premier League, they will still give you a good game. So you've got to be ready for what's going to. Obviously, technically, Southampton are not really going to play that kind of football that are going to hurt us. But there's always a chance they'll get you on a set play or something like that. So we've got to be defensively aware all times because you know what's coming. But on the flip side, they've got that many injuries. I just feel like they're there for the taking. If we play our strongest possible team, go and give them a good hiding. I think that got us to show what we're about. I feel like I wouldn't want to change it up too much. If you had a starting lineup now, I wouldn't want to change Chelsea up too much. I feel like go with more or less the same starting 11 as the weekend and go and show the Premier League what we're about. If you make too much changes, it might backfire. So you know what I mean? We need to go there to kill the game off.
For me, I'm calm with changes, just not the Newcastle in the cup method where you just don't bring anybody on the bench. There has to be plan Bs in place. I don't mind that because we're gonna.
He's not gonna do a Newcastle the way. If he'd done that, we'd have to question him. Mate.
Yeah, because that's the second time, man. You didn't learn.
Right back. Whatever we do, we can't have decisive right back. Simple as that.
No. Gusto's back. He's got to start. That should be should go without saying, innit? I think for me though, you might have to see maybe you start Palmer, for example, because I don't want to see Nicholas Jackson starting. He's 1 yellow away from a suspension with Tottenham coming up. No point in that. Have a Palmer start. Maybe you keep 1 or 2 of the 3 in midfield. Other than that, I would go full Conference League team because I get Southampton. They aren't going to be easy. What I've noticed as well is they have a habit of making it difficult for the top 6 teams. They pushed Arsenal to the end. Liverpool were lucky to leave with a victory because every goal they scored was handed to them on a silver platter.
Yeah.
City, 1-0 win, not easy. They did get bopped off the park by a Ten Hag United side, but I mean, that barely counted as a top 6 team. They were the furthest thing from it. But with Chelsea, obviously, I think with the way that we play and the style of football that we have, we should be fine and we should be able to get goals against them. Strong 11 or weaker 11. I just think we need a couple first teamers involved in that too. I'd start Cole Palmer. I'd start Enzo. Maybe one of Lavia or Caicedo, and you switch within 45 to 60 minutes. The rest for me would be all Conference League players.
Is the Conference League players now though? Because everyone's it's crazy at the moment because everyone's playing for the position, so you don't really know what he's going to bring out. I just feel like for me, but this is a very important game. He's already come out and said it's going to be the hardest game, so he can't be contradicting himself if you went and played a weakened team. You have to play your strongest team. I'd go with Neto and Sancho, Jackson. I'd go with the same team.
And that contradicts
that's what winning managers do. Winning managers always play the best team. The winning just 1-3-0. Don't change it. Let's go with smack Villa. Means go and smack Southampton. and that's it. And then make the substitutions after. I don't feel like we need to make too many substitutions. We've got obviously the players are fit enough to go and do the job.
Even with a Sunday to Wednesday turnover.
Yeah. Come on, it's got to think about it. It's a important game. We've got to win this game. So there's no point. They can rest the weekend. We've got to go with our strongest possible 11. And
Okay, because I think we're kind of on the same wavelength. It's just what level of rotation do we go for? So maybe let's try go player for player. Jorgensen or Sanchez? Who do you want to see start?
obviously, I say Jorgensen. I'm not just going to say off Sanchez's performance against Villa. It'd be
Okay,
Jorgensen.
cool.
Yeah,
Again, lineup that we want to go for. Like, we won't think from the manager's perspective. So Jorgensen will start. We agreed Gusto to start at right back.
Yeah.
Fofana obviously out with the injury. Tosin and Badiashile.
No.
Because for me, it's like I'd play both of them and be like, who wants to start against Tottenham?
No.
You'd start Colwell then.
Colwell for Fofana.
Okay, so who would you start with Colwell then? This is a more intriguing question.
I'll just start the same back line we did against Villa.
No, but Fofana's out. He's got the injury
He's out.
Yeah, 4 or 5 weeks.
It'd be Badiashile on recent performances. He played a pretty decent game against Leicester. Just give him another goal.
Okay, so you go Badiashile and Colwell. Okay. Left back. So you'd start Cucurella or Vega?
Cucurella, 100%.
Cucurella. Midfield. What are we doing for the midfield? Because one of them's going to have to rest anyway. I think we'll agree on this, to be honest.
Lavia.
Yep. So Caicedo and Enzo then.
Lavia's just come back again, isn't he? So I just give him a rest. It'd be Enzo Caicedo in the
yeah, maybe we'll Lavia off the bench. I feel like he'd like to play with it being his former club and everything, but yeah, probably shouldn't start. The front four now. I think Noni comes back on the right, personally. Neto's also just come back too.
I'm thinking just because of squad rotation and giving players time and Kunku and Madueke, but at the same time I'm thinking they want to be as clinical as possible in that first half. And I feel Neto and Sancho, the way they played the weekend as well. Wow, Sanchez, like you said, he's waiting to pass in behind for Jackson's Cucurella, everything about him. I just feel like we need to start him.
I think Sancho definitely can't start because remember, he played the majority of the game on Thursday, then played the majority on Sunday. He can't do that 3 games in a row and then have him ready for Tottenham.
So you wouldn't start Sancho?
Nah, I'd put Felix in on the left.
You're talking sense though, in a sense where squad rotation, but
that one's like a more extreme case, isn't it? Because I didn't even expect him to do 2 games. We've been so strict with load management that I think he's definitely not starting.
Yeah.
But Noni, right? Or would you do Neto?
If you're talking about squad rotation, it'd have to be Noni Madueke, wouldn't it? Keep Neto fresh for the weekend. You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Okay, we both agree Palmer should start regardless. Like, you got to keep the best player in the team at the very least.
But what you said about Jackson or Nkunku then?
I wouldn't risk Jackson just because he's liable to get a dumb yellow. He is, and I'd rather not risk that. He could start beefing with the ref or something. I wanted him to get a yellow on Sunday. When he was walking off the pitch, I was saying, look, time waste. Get a yellow, cuss out the ref or something. Just get yourself out of it so we don't have to worry about when this suspension's coming up. Now it's like, yeah, I can't even risk you in this match. Imagine he gets a yellow and then he's out of Tottenham. And then, like, we've already got the questions about how effective is Nkunku in the number 9. We're going to have to find out against the top 16.
He's not. That's the thing. This is where I feel like I'd still start Jackson. He's away form as well. Going into this game, he scored in more or less every away game of the season, man. Just carry on. Let him go and score a goal, take him off, and bring in Nkunku on second half.
I hear it because he's actually very available.
Yeah. I just feel like this game needs to be killed off before we start making too much tactical substitutions and resting players. You can't take any team for granted. We took Newcastle for granted and switched and swapped, and it backfired.
Obviously, I hear, but even then, like, there was
a totally different ball game compared to the Premier League. some of the
But
teams we
even then,
played.
in that game, there was like howlers from Maresca. How do you have a right hand side of Disassi and Dewsbury Hall? Like,
Yeah.
bruv,
Well,
you're
that was a
asking you
howler.
and you give that to Anthony Gordon on the left. Like, you're
That was a
asking to get
howler.
cooked. Like, at least Southampton, that wouldn't be the same thing. But we both basically agree. It's just the levels of rotation, and even then, kind of come ended up with a similar lineup. So we both have Jorgensen starting. Gusto, Colwill we disagreed on, but I don't even mind him starting because centre backs, you cover less ground in that regard anyway. Cucurella to start, stays relatively fit anyway. Caicedo, Enzo, Noni, Palmer, Felix, and Kunku. Still more than a strong enough lineup to get a result in this sort of game. And if not, we got the depth on the bench and we seem to come out better for second halves anyway. So,
Yeah.
like Southampton, even if it's a tough game for us, they're going to give us chances. They're going to do something stupid, and they don't even have their strongest team. Like we look at the suspensions and injuries. Ramsdale's out, Lallana's
Yeah.
out, Gavin Bazunu's out. I think that's their other goalkeeper. We've got Harwood Bellis, who's suspended, Dibbling suspended, which is their star boy. Flynn Downs, he's suspended as well. Obviously Ugo Chok, who can't play against us. Bednarek's out. William Smallbone's out. I think he's one of their starting midfielders. Onuachu, don't really know that guy. Ross Stewart, they got a lot of injuries for this game,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are key players.
But I feel like if we go there by start if we go to Southampton and start our strongest available team, and obviously that's if the players are capable of playing against Tottenham, we go there and smack them 6. I feel like it's that kind of game.
You
I
think it's a
really
6-0
feel like
again?
yeah, I feel we'll smack them. I just really feel like this is why I want to start the strongest lineup because they're there for the sake of the Southampton, the bottom of the league, and they've got all them injuries. Come on, man. Now, if we go there and be serious, yeah, this is the game where it's going to be party time.
I hear it. For me, I'm going 3 or 4-0 still. But obviously, we ain't going to concede. We shouldn't. It should be the second clean sheet on the road. But even if we do, I don't expect it to be a difficult match. Yeah, other than that, like we haven't really spoken too much about the Fofana injury. So 4 to 5 weeks he's out, which I know it's heartbreaking for him,
Oh,
but with the same breath, like looking at it from Fofana's perspective, that's relatively light with the injuries that he's had. And
I
he
just feel
said,
like
what
I just
was
feel like
what was
Fofana's on his last legs as well, isn't he? He's had too many injuries now, bro.
No, but
You know
like
what I'm
you think
saying?
about it, it's not
Yeah,
like Reece James who came back for 3 to 4 games and then got injured again. He's been fit for months, played consistently. And now he's just come back with like a little knock. And he even said on Instagram, I'm trying to find the message, but he said something about like he's gone through it before, he'll be okay. And like it's something to do with like a little knock just coming back from injury and everything. So I'm not necessarily that worried. Like, again, it's a pain. Like, I really think we're going to miss him. Like, he's good in wide areas. He's got good recovery pace. Yeah, he did have the odd howler or two against Aston Villa, but I actually think he's been relatively consistent for us over the last few weeks. So,
yeah.
for me, it's just more about who starts next to him. That's the bigger thing. Because I think Fofana will come back, and hopefully that's the last of it. But how do we cope without him?
Yeah, he's going to be a massive miss, man. He's been exceptional up the game against Leicester the week before. He's so quick in transition going that way, going in behind. No player can really get behind him on one-on-one situations as well. Difficult to get past. And he's just for me personally, he's the best player for us in that right centre back position. If we're going to play 3 at the back, he's the kind of player you want because obviously when you're playing at the back as well, you can pull out wide and he's capable of playing a line breaking pass. So he's got all attributes to be that player, but it's just staying fit. We all know the caliber player he is, but it's the same thing again, isn't it? Like he's back. Obviously, he has played a few months, like you said, but we need reliable players now. We're going into like the business end line. Now we're having to go to play Badashile probably. Badashile is a left-footed player. Now you're gonna have to play Badashile on the right side on his wrong foot. So Tossing's going to have to probably do a job there. They're not as strong as Fofana, aren't they? Let's be real. So it's one of the things you have to take it on the chin. 5 weeks is a long time.
Yeah, I guess at least it's better that it's against lighter opposition, I guess. But even with that, that probably means we play higher up. So might leave us a bit more susceptible in transition. Cole, I don't think is slow. It's not really as strong. Badiashile, I don't really know if he's as fast, but something for Maresca to work with, I guess. Like, regardless, we should still be beating the opposition that we have. So it's better now than a month ago, I guess. But to Wesley Fofana, just get well soon. At least it's a semi-minor injury by his standards. And yeah, just get well soon. But big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Let us know all your thoughts and score predictions down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already on your way out. And as always, up the Chelsea.